Carla Chana? What? So I goes over to the shop and I'm looking for chickpeas. And it's an Indian run little shop, you know. And she went, nah, we used to, but don't think there's any there anymore. And then I'm looking. And then I saw these, and I thought, they look like chickpeas to me. But what's that mean? I said, what's this Carla Chana? And so she says, oh, look. So she puts it in the phone, and she says, oh, they are the brown chickpeas. I'm like, oh, okay. I think they might be even a little bit better than the white ones, because I've got a brown gravy beef meal. And so I tried a few, and a little bit crunchy, kind of like a pickled hazelnut, and I banged them all in. Very high in protein, of course. So now let's have a look then. It's tasting superb, absolutely superb. The consistency is good, and just to get a load of that. Oh wow, yeah. Hot damn! Yeah, that is superb. And so, by the time I've banged those in, they are perfect. Wow. So next up, most important, is the dumpling mix. Gotta have dumpling mix. These are sent from heaven above. Now the thing is, if when you put the water in, you make these too watery, then it doesn't matter, because you can add flour. And that's what I always do, because there's not that much volume here, and they never last. So I get the flour out and whack a load of that in. And then it's kind of like, it is dumpling made of suet, but it's a high wheat content as well. So it's like suet bread, and that makes it more fluffy. Where we go. So a female version of Sweet Child of Mine. Okay, we're getting there, yeah? Wow, good shit. Sprinkle that all over. So they're good notes to hit for a male vocalist, like Miles. What's that dude's name? You got Slash on the guitar, and then you got Miles. Oh, I forgot his second name. God damn it. Right, we're ready to go. And so with those then, I'll get this little baking tray and a root butter on the bottom to prevent it sticking. So I've got a nice coat of butter. And then so that'll go nice and crusty, it'll rise like bread, and we're going to have an awesome meal. Miles Kennedy, you know, who took over from the original Guns N' Roses singer. So, bang that in the oven for about 20 minutes, and that stew is just going to be something else. Ultimately, it took about an hour to cook and prepare, and exceedingly nutritious and healthy. A proper man's meal, by the way. It's not a girl's meal. It's not a girly bottom boy's meal. It's a man's meal with meat and animal fat. And you dip it in the gravy, and then you go off and you conquer. That's what being a man's all about. You hear me, boys? Right then, I don't know. I suppose I'll make a little video of the eating. Alright then. Let me just taste it one more time, yeah? Oh, by the way, before I do that, let me show you something, right? Have you seen my kitchen? By the way, have you seen my kitchen? Have you seen my kick-ass kitchen? And I've not finished yet. In here, I've got a whole bunch of beautiful green and yellow leaves being pressed and dried out. I've changed the way that looks now. Rather than having that bracken on the wall, it just didn't look cool. And so here, I've got these sunflower hearts, which my little boy really does enjoy. Then in here, I've got a whole bunch of fat balls to keep lots of animals happy. Lots of animals need the fat in the winter time, people. Here I've got you know, all these nuts in shells, walnuts, hazelnuts, Brazil nuts, almonds. So if you can, these are only £2 each. Just try to buy some stuff and feed your wildlife, people. Then here I've got these monkey nuts, huge sack of those. Then I've got my little boy's second favourite, which is pecans. His first favourite are almonds, and then sometimes he likes a little bit of mango, and then he will have a little bit of a dabble of banana flake and stuff like that. But what I want to show you is Ladoa. So, now I've ordered this 1930s wooden door handle. It cost me 20 quid. It's coming on the 6th of December. I'm going to put that there. It's mahogany. And where it's a little bit white, where the leaves haven't stuck, I'm going to get either some green spray, or I'm going to get some like party thing. You know, that's the party spring. And I'll spray a little bit of that around, because I think it does need some green. And then all around this border I've got the green and yellow leaves that I'm going to stick. And so that's going to complete that as a work of art. And I think ultimately it cost me about 20, 40, 50, so glue's 20, spray was 15, the handle was 20, like 55 quid, 55, 60 quid. Oh, of course this was like 15 quid. So I've replaced the one, well, I took that from the wall, and I bought this new one. And that one is even better than the one before. And so, nice and homely, huh? Who lives in a house like this? Well, it's the artist, formerly known as the Awakened Brain. Right. Let's turn this off, whatever this is. Oh, the Awakened, what are they called? The Dead South? No, that's something else. They're doing record good songs, but check this one out. These ones are called Authentic, Unlimited. Absolutely brilliant. Do you want to have a look? Here you go.
I'm gonna be. Long gone, I got to sing my song. Hang on to whatever's left of me. You'll find me walking along the road. Hey lady, you've got to tell me what it was come over you.
Long Gone it's called.
You're not the devil. Well be
from Authentic Unlimited.
Long gone, baby's what I'm gonna be. Long gone, I got to sing my song. Hang on to whatever is left of me. You'll find me walking along the road.
Go on, song. Come on, give it to us. Oh. Look at the ambience of this place. Don't you think it's beautiful? It's just filled with spirit. It's a beautiful orange glow in this apartment with all these beautiful rich colours. And some of you will have seen before, under here I have my top secret operations board, which is where I pin all my projects. Books, people say like, oh, I talk about your books. as well. This dude is awesome, Bernardo Kastrup. Got 10 of his books. Reality, Ben's Kingsley. The Secret Doctrine. Madame Blavatsky. Isis Unveiled. Madame Blavatsky. Daniel Dennett. Consciousness Explained. Meditations, Marcus Aurelius. His master and his emissary, Ian McGilchrist. We've got Eric Fromm, we've got Descartes, The Power of the Powerless, Václav Havel, we've got Thomas Hobbes, David Hume, Locke, I think it's David Locke, Bertrand Russell's epic bestseller of the collection of Western philosophy, The Origin of Intelligence, Jean Piaget. We have Uspensky, which was a writer of Gurdjieff's stuff, The Fourth Way, Gurdjieff, Degrees of Deception, Tom McKenney, When Nietzsche Wept, Zohar, Sapiens, which is Yuval Noah Harari. We've got The United States of Fear, Describing Inner Experience, The Enlightened Luciferian. These are a couple of Luciferian books as well. The Simulation Hypothesis, Julian James, The Origin of Consciousness, in the Breakdown of the Bicameral Mind, superb book. Science of Spirituality, The Science Delusion. Then we've got some stuff on Nazis, how the Illuminati created an undetectable mind control. Carl Jung, The Earth Has a Soul. Joseph Campbell, The Inner Reaches of Outer Space. The Age of Reason, Thomas Paine. Coming Apocalypse, Vernon Coleman. Satan, the Prince of the World. Eastern Philosophy, The Experience of God. Then down here we've got Hermetica. Then we've got Jordan Peterson's Maps of Meaning. God Speaks, Meher Baba, Ride the Tiger, Evola, I don't know what the first name is, Stephen Hawking's Brief Answer to the Big Questions. We've got Karl Marx, we've got Freud, we've got The Hidden Life of Trees, we've got Sir Thomas More, The Land of the Green Man, The Yoga of Jesus, Divine Comedy, Dante. We've got the trilogy of Dante there. The Human Body. What's this one? Oh, I Lived Under Hitler. Dante, Divine Comedy. American Betrayal. That one there, COVID-19, the epic. Goodness me, we've got some foraging books and everything like that. This is just a fraction of the books I used to have. I let 500 of the creme de la creme go when I lived in Bulgaria. I just couldn't keep carrying them around the world. There are all different sorts of philosophy and psychoanalysis from the greatest people. Oh my goodness, what a book collection. Absolutely superb. And the books were the originals from like 100 years ago, most of them. So okay, now then, I've digressed. So I want to show you what this food tastes like, right? And so let's have a little taste of it, shall we? Ooh, wow. Oh man. See, when you cook with whole black peppercorns, and you bite a lump of that, and then with like big lumps of garlic, you have a sensual explosion every time that you encounter. Now these bits of sirloin, if a meal doesn't make you go like that, the intensity of it, the like orgasm that's going on when you are having a sensual explosion, if your meals don't make you feel like that, and every time I'm cooking something, yeah, it's like, oh, no, oh, fuck, you know, are you not experiencing that? What's wrong? There's something wrong, people. If you are not experiencing life like that, there's something wrong. There's something missing. Maybe it's spirit. What do you think it is? If you can't walk in the woods and just be like, fuck, like you're on a DMT trip every time, like you're on magic mushrooms, the world's incredible, just looking at leaves and bark and trees and birds and things, it's a miracle, people. If you're dead to the miracle, I don't know what to say about that, other than the chances are you're an NPC. If you're not experiencing this world like that, there's something missing, isn't there? You know, when people are locked in, like they've got locked in syndrome, their consciousness is myopic. It's a bit like these people that what are they called? They can't open their eyes, and they're just like, when someone feeds them. Forget the term for those people. There was a film, Robert De Niro made a film about it. He was this dude. People slip into this like unconsciousness. And you know what, seriously people, when we look at the world, the vast majority of people are unconscious. They evidently can't be conscious, because when you see a real conscious person, then you see someone that is absolutely vibrant and thriving, walking out under all the weather, doesn't matter what it is, you're in a miracle. Just look at what's going on, whether the ground's all soggy and wet, and it's windy and it's cold. Just investigate how it is. Look at it. Appreciate it. And then remember it, to contrast it with other times. And you know, the thing is about, I lived on the equator pretty well for, 3 years when I was living in Ghana, Western Africa. And there you just have like a dry season and a rainy season. And you have 12 hours of daylight and 12 hours of night. It never changes. Because between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn, it never changes. You don't get no seasons. And so within that spectrum, you've got 12 hours guaranteed every single day of day and night. And you've got, only 2 variants of seasons. And sometimes, one can be a little bit more rainy than others. But you don't have the beauty of the contrast of spring. Summer, autumn and fall. And even though lots of us, we're not too keen on the winter, it's only a state of mind, because maybe you can't do so much. You can't, do all the things that you can on a nice sunny day, but there is still lots of things to do. just put on your wellies and get out into the natural environment and into the woods and fields and just look at how the world is. And just see all the riverbanks bursting and how all the rivers have been cleaned out of all the debris. You know, there's no aerosol cans or, you know, plastic bottles. They've all been washed away somewhere. And so it all serves a purpose. It's a cleansing, you know, that comes over the world. And then in the springtime, poof, new life comes. After the harshness of the winter, which is flattened and deadened everything, then all of a sudden, pow, you got spring again. It's electric, it's just so stimulating, it's incredible. And so I just struggle, you know, with people who are not self-realised. And I put up that video the other day, number 9, number 9, number 9. And I wonder how many of you knew what that meant. The Beatles wrote a song, John Lennon wrote the song, number 9, number 9, number 9, number 9. 9 is a very powerful number. He was born on the 9th of October, the same date as me. I was born in 63. 6 and 3 are 9. My favourite number from when I was a kid was 9. My favourite colour was green. 9 is indicative of consciousness. 9 is a very, very powerful number. In that video, number 9, number 9, number 9, I've listed about 10 instances of how powerful number 9 is. How number 9 represents consciousness. How number 9 represents God. What the Kabbalists think of number 9. What the Hindus think of number 9. What mathematicians think of number 9. It's a powerful number. And so I look at things like that and I go, well, it answers a lot of questions for me. As to, and what it says about number 9, that it's indicative of enlightenment. And there's lots of other positive characteristics. And so just pause this video, or when the video ends, go back to the number 9, number 9, number 9, and look, the comments I put up, and click on those. And you'll see the power of number 9. And you'll realise why I am like I am, why I'm always proclaiming my genius and this, that and the other, because I'm enlightened, people. That's a fact. That's just something that's happened to me, and I see the world and people very, very differently now. I'm fucking out there, you know, in this, you know, magical mystery of the cosmos, and every single day I'm thrilled and ecstatic and excited about life and all the stuff. Never, ever, ever do I have a dull moment. It's not possible. It's not possible. Everything is just so intriguing, and I marvel at everything, and it's just, you know, so wonderful. Just the little things, like when I get a bag of nuts and I look at all the variances with the almond, Brazil nut, walnut, hazelnut. I want, the monkey nut. I want to discern them, to look at them. These ones are pretty easily penetrable by squirrels. And then, when you get that little beauty out the middle, a seed, which gives rise to a huge tree, which over 100 years or more would be producing these every single year to feed other animals in the merry-go-round of life, and hoping that some squirrel is going to be planting lots of these and then forgetting about some of them, and then that nut then will be given the opportunity for it to grow into another tree. When you look at the genius behind everything, people, we've got trees that produce these, and we've got animals that want to eat these, and we just happen to have animals that not only eat them, but they have a propensity to bury them, save them for a rainy day. And these animals are a little bit forgetful. They can't remember the myriad of nuts that they've planted. And so look what the whole life circle is doing. Using other animals to serve its purpose. So the squirrel is probably the only animal that's going to come upon these and then bury them and give the almond tree the opportunity for rebirth, to serve that purpose, just to tuck them in that moisture below the ground, to keep them out of the way of the frost, and to allow them to get through the winter and to germinate then in the spring and get a footing on life. It's incredible. And when you look at something like this, you think, well, okay, so if there was no squirrels and no animals to gather this up, then how would this reproduce? And so it'll fall on the ground, and maybe over 2 or 3 years of it starting to rot away in the heat of the summer and in the harshness of the winter, cracking it, compromising its integrity, breaking it down and cracking it, until eventually there's a fissure in the shell and the moisture's got in, and then that triggers the DNA in the seed to start to grow, and then out of that sprouts a little bit of a shell, and then once again continue the life. And you know, when you open one of these, some of you will be aware that it looks like 2 hemispheres of a brain, doesn't it? When you open it like that. And you got it joined like that, which is very brain-like, and then separates, and you got the 2 hemispheres of the brain. And the nutrients and vitamins in this stuff, which are vital for lots of things in the body, you know, brain function, immune system function, lymph system function, many things. Lots of facets of the body need what's in here to thrive and be healthy. And that's provided by the world, by the universe, by God. All these things are there for us. We need all that stuff to put it in here to create all this stuff. So it's all there. It's just a cycle, isn't it? And then when we perish, we go back in the ground, and other things feed on us and thrive on us and create other things. If people are feeling dull about their lives, then you need to have a shake-up. You need to change things, and you seriously need to contemplate why you're not enjoying every single day of this precious gift called life. Can you imagine the cosmos creates you and then you don't enjoy it, you don't respect it, you don't want to be here? Something very wrong here. And lots of people can be, you know, depressed. You got to look at what the depression is. Many psychoanalysts would say that depression is self-induced. Because it's the way you think. Just the way you think. Resentment for your lot, not having this and not having that, and this being too hard and all this sort of stuff. But if you come back to ground zero and just realise what you are, a human being, a conscious entity, having an illusory experience in this thing we call the world, with all these things we don't comprehend, not even a little bit. It's all magic, people. Anyway, that is real good. That is super duper good. And so I'm just going to taste it one more time to see if I'm entirely happy with that. Yeah, wow, absolutely delicious. And so it's all done, it's ready to go. So then I'm going to gently turn in the potatoes. And now you have one superb, delicious, beautiful, tasty and nutritious stew. Man's meal. A man's meal. Man has lived on things like this for thousands of years. Because it's the most elementary of thing to do. Just to boil up the food, to soften it up and make it more palatable and edible. And then you just bang whatever you've got throughout whatever season. That's how they used to cook in the old days. You throw in whatever you had. You got a rabbit, you got a pigeon, you got a pheasant, you got a deer, you got a few vegetables, you got a few nuts, you got a few herbs. You just bang it in the pot. Make of it what you will. And then, you know, whether it's tasty or not is one thing, but the chances are it's going to be nutritious. And so that's what we've lived on for thousands of years. So what am I doing when I do that? Well, I'm just walking in the footsteps of my ancestors. And I'm engaging in my ancestral collective unconscious, passing it down to me. Why do I find it so amazing? Why do I find it so pleasurable? Just to put this in, put that, what else have I got? Got all this stuff. I'm just doing what they did. I'm not reading the recipe. I'm not contriving nothing. I'm not measuring out anything. I'm just thinking, gotta bang this in, gotta bang that in, bang something else in. Fuck it, I'm gonna bang these in. Fucking out of them fuckers in there. Come on, get in there. I'll be fucking with you guys. Anyway, gonna put those beautiful suet dumplings in the oven. 20 minutes, they're going to rise up, they're going to crack and split, and they're going to become crunchy and crusty on the outside and soft and doughy and suety on the inside, and break that shit and dip it in that shit and